Today's little project is this 221. The paperwork says tension repair and bobbin case missing screw, so I've already got a spare case that's got an extra screw on it because the owner of this machine was adjusting the bobbin case tension and dropped the bobbin case screw at some point. Whether it's the current owner or a previous owner that happened to, who knows? They also said there was a tension problem, and this tensioner is a plasticky one. So I guess first things first, this has a plastic cup, so we're going to check that cup and make sure whether this cup is broken. There's a crack in the middle. It doesn't look broken yet, so I'm actually gonna try putting a dab of super glue on that and see if that will apparently my super glue has decided it's going to be real messy, so because of course you want super glue in the center there, but you got to leave those holes open so that it can slide onto the tensioner when you need to reassemble the tensioner. So set all those parts aside, and we're a little crunchy, so since we've got this far, we'll pop the rest of the tensioner off. And spring seems to be okay. It's bent. It's definitely, like, it shouldn't be bent like this, but it's also not bad. And let's see. Singer Great Britain on the back of these tension discs, and those are clean and in good shape. Oh, the bobbin winder is kind of loose there. I don't actually know if these are supposed to be spring loaded in one direction or the other, but it shouldn't be flopping around like this. That screw there should be staying put, so I would bet that there's enough filth in here that this is not friction fitting properly. Okay. So there's one friction washer, and oh yeah, that is so gross. All right. Well, we're gonna put this I have to clean all those parts so that this pivot works the way it should. There's also a second spring washer that was in this hole that's all gunked up. Okay, so that's why that's not working. This washer is domed, and there was so much garbage in under this domed washer that it couldn't get tightened to make its friction fit. So that is all going to have to get thoroughly cleaned so that this tensioner friction fit is proper. And our belt is slipping quite freely here, so we'll have to deal with that. Can I... Well, we'll take that belt off and get a look at it for give it a good inspection. Let me think. Yeah. I think it's stretched out. I've loosened it up here, and it seems to have been as tight as it would go. So. Pop the hand wheel off. Oh, and this is all gooey too, so just have to clean all of this stuff. I have my sonic cleaner, but I have invested in a basket here so that I can, and this is a big cooking spice basket. That way I can throw oh, look at that. An entire darning needle was stuck in behind the hand wheel and wrapped. The thread is wrapped around the main shaft. I'll tell you, that's not helping the machine run very well. Guess we'll have to get our tweezers and pick around. There. Right angle tweezers here. And just pick around behind there to see if we catch anything else. Nope, didn't find anything else, so I guess we'll call that. The belt does not want to slip off of this, so I'm going to try popping the pulley off the motor. There we go. Slide the pulley off the motor, and that belt is pretty glazed and worn, so I would bet it's also stretched out, and that's why I can't get it to tighten up very well. So we'll see about wiping that off and maybe trying it again, but for now, got that out of the way. Oh, there's a big cut in this cord. A few big cuts in this cord. Alright, let's see about replacing our cords as well then. Yeah. Two big divots in this cord. Oh, here's some electrical tape. Ah, there's a big slice. Alright, well, I guess we'll flip this on its back and take a look at how hard the cords are to... Oh, of course there's a cover under there. Why would I expect there to not be a cover? Alright. Well then... Oh. Keep taking bits off for starters. Well, this presser foot has seen better days, but it's not the worst one I've ever taken off a machine, so that's a good sign. The set screw for the needle bar clamp is missing. So that hole is supposed to have a pin set screw that clamps onto that hole to retain the needle bar clamp. So I'm going to have to go looking for that to get a replacement on that, because that holds the needle bar clamp in position on the needle bar when you don't have a needle in it. So we'll pop our needle plate off, and never had the chance to really work on one of these before, so I don't quite know what I'm up to. Alright, Sonic Cleaner is working on the filthy bits of this 221. Pop the bottom off here and see what's under this masonite panel. And that's belt drive rotary. How bad is this wiring in here? Okay. The wiring in here is good. There's a couple spots on this electric cord, but I think because the rest of the cord is in good shape. Oh yeah, somebody had a pet that liked to chew on cords. That's what this looks like. Or some mice got into wherever this was stored. But we are under here, so we're gonna apply oil. So, I decided to just patch the cords on this machine because I don't have longer supplies, and the wiring is good except for the spots that got chewed. So, and then I've had the needle plate out and cleaned, and I've checked the... Oh, I need to pop this cover off here. I don't know what this spring is on here, but clearly it like goes on the machine here for some reason. Must be for the spool turning. I did oil underneath before I went back. Oh yeah, and there's a piece of paper from a label stuck in there. Let me grab a needle and pop that out. There. Got that debris out of there. This is a belt drive to the bottom, so make sure we don't oil the belt, but make sure I get oil on the other parts that are in here. And I'm only wiggling the machine back and forth because I took the needle plate off, and it seems the needle plate holds the rotary bobbin case underneath, so without that to hold it in place for alignment, it jams if you try to rotate the machine. So that's something I did not know about featherweights. Since I took the screw out, I will clean this screw hole off. There. There we go. Wipe that and wipe our end off here. Fresh oil. And some more fresh oil. There we go. That hand wheel is spinning nice and freely. Oh yeah. All the gunk in this hole got blasted out by the sonic cleaner, and so that's good. Huh. This motor pulley is plastic, and the wheel for the bobbin winder drive is plastic. Right now, what I really came in here for is this needle plate. Because this needle plate, there's these two grooves that collect a lot of lint and need to be these two bumpers, and these grooves collect all this lint and it needs to get blasted out of there, and the sonic cleaner definitely loosens it so that it is easy to just pick it free. There we go. Alright. The two last bits of lint that were in there. So, turn our machine here around. Oh. Remember that the needle plate, or the hand wheel, isn't on there, dummy. So the extension bed has to be down to set our needle plate in place, and then we gotta get it to line up here. There we go. And drop in. When it's dropped in, the finger on this rotary hook area has to line up with it. And now that that's in place, the machine should turn all the way around again. And that area didn't look the worst, so I didn't do too much cleaning on it, but now with this in place, yeah, the machine can turn all the way around without jamming. So we'll get those in. And of course, I got a little bit of goo on my fingers from the sonic cleaner, and it made all kinds of fingerprints on this. Hand wheel washer lock nut, so we can just keep that together, and that way I can install put the rest of the machine back together here, and then once we've got most of the parts back on it, we'll have to find actually I'm going to stop right now and find that set screw, a replacement for it.